This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A Spokane man was convicted last week of killing a 17-year-old Moses Lake boy back in 2015.
Hydro boats blasted across the water during the annual 2018 Soap Lake Hydro Regatta.
Dark clouds and windy weather didn't deter the people of the Columbia Basin from standing together against cancer last night.
When longtime Molahayek coach Lori Baker decided to retire, Moses Lake High School had the difficult task of finding her replacement.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
A Spokane man was convicted last week of killing a 17-year-old Moses Lake boy back in 2015. Following a bench trial in Spokane County Superior Court, Jeremiah Allison, who was one of thousands of prisoners accidentally released early by the Department of Corrections, was convicted on charges of murder, burglary, assault, and unlawful possession of a firearm, all in the first degree. Smith was acquitted on charges of conspiracy to commit robbery and witness tampering in connection to the 2015 killing of Cesar Medina. Sentencing is scheduled for July 12th, and because of prior felony convictions, Smith is now facing life in prison without the possibility of parole under the state's three strikes law. Medina was shot at Northwest Accessories in Spokane in May of 2015 during a reported robbery attempt. Police located a car leaving the scene with Medina inside, who had been shot and died at the scene. Smith previously served more than 4 years in prison on convictions of robbery, burglary, and assault. He was inadvertently released from prison on May 14, 2015, 12 days before the murder. Department of Corrections officials say Smith should have been released August 10, 2015. Smith was one of about 3,000 inmates released early since 2002 due to a DOC computer software error. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata. Hydro boats blasted across the water during the annual 2018 Soap Lake Hydro Regatta over the weekend. The action-packed event featured various types of vessels and drivers from Washington, Oregon, California, Michigan, and Maryland. Boats propelled as fast as 120 miles an hour on a 1-mile race course. The roar of the high-powered engines and spectacle of astonishing speeds thrilled spectators.
That was pretty cool. I was surprised how fast they went. Quite loud, too.
Aaron Salmon of Bonnie Lake was the only racer who placed first in 2 different events, the FEH and 1-liter.
Oh, it was great. The water was pretty rough, but I enjoy rough water racing. It makes it exciting. Adds a whole nother element to it. With the water being as rough as it was, you just got to watch out a little bit more. I mean, you never know what might happen. You catch a wave the wrong way, pick up into the wind, and over you go. So you just got to keep a good head on your shoulders and keep pushing it.
iFIBER 1 News will cover Region 10 League's Black Lake Regatta in Olympia on July 7th and 8th. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 Sports. This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Dark clouds and windy weather didn't deter the people of the Columbia Basin from standing together against cancer last night. The Columbia Basin Relay for Life took place at Ephrata High School and drew a crowd of cancer survivors and caretakers. Before the march took place, cancer survivor Frank Gotts addressed the crowd.
We can do this. I found out it is not an ideal. It's all of us. We're all in this together. And if I didn't have the support and all that, I'd be a wreck.
The cancer survivors started the relay, taking a lap before being joined by their supporting loved ones. Several groups were there that helped raise the money for the charity. The Columbia Basin was able to not just reach, but surpass this year's goal. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
When longtime Mullahayet coach Lori Baker decided to retire, Moses Lake High School had the difficult task of finding her replacement. Last month, it announced its decision to bring back Moses Lake High School alumna Jalen Hernandez for the job. Hernandez recalls her experience.
All this talk, like, oh, I don't think Lori's coming back, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is like the world ending almost, I had gotten a text from her one day, and she was like, so, like, your name's been bouncing around, like, are you interested? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, my heart dropped. I was talking to people, I talked to my family, I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, if this is what you feel like you want to do, then you should do it. So, yeah, so then I just started the application and turned it in, and
Hernandez is young for a head coach. At only 22 years old, she's finishing her college degree online to take the job. She doesn't let her youth bother her.
I feel like the people that I had sought advice from before, applying for the job reassured me, like, yes, you're young, but at the same time, I've been dancing for my entire life. I've been dancing since I was 5. They're definitely big shoes to fill, but I just, keep reminding myself, you wouldn't be in this position if people didn't believe in you, what I mean, that type of thing. So I feel like I have a lot of support, which is really, really nice.
Fans will get a look at Hernandez's dance team this coming September during halftime at home football games. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.